Yo, what is up, guys? Evolutionary Eevees here, back again with another video, and we are finally into the Soccer Spirits new update for this game, and it's been a crazy couple of hours, 12 hours as a matter of fact, because I remember when this game was supposed to update around 3 in the morning of today. Today's the 16th now, and like, it was 3 in the morning, I was ready to play the game, and we were up all night, me and my brother were up all night trying to freaking get this game to download, just to figure out the maintenance. Was supposed to go till 3, and then it went up to 5 because they had the maintenance patch it again, and then after 5, we got to play it, and then we had to wait a whole another 48 minutes just to be able to play the game. It's been a wild one, but we're finally into the game. So for any of you guys who are new, I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty confused what you're looking at right now, or somewhat confused, because in my previous tutorial, this looked a lot different, and there's a lot of things that aren't in this game anymore, so I gotta go ahead and tell you about that. But overall, the UI looks amazing, and it just looks all crazy. But let's go and just start off with the draw first. Just go over a quick overview with the draw. So the draw is pretty much the same as it always has been, but they split it up into 3 different draws, and this is where it gets different. So you got the normal draw, which is basically like you would normally do in Soccer Spirits, and then you've also got the custom draw, and the custom draw differs from the normal draw in a way that you can select a custom player. So you can select a player that you want to draw, and as soon as you do, when you're drawing, then you can get this player more often than you will any other one. So kind of, as it says here, the chances of drawing this player will be significantly increased, and you can increase the chances of a desired player, so for new star players. So over time, you will, of course, when you're pulling for this character, unless you pull them while you're getting it, over time, you'll get guaranteed acquisition, and this right here will allow you to be able, after a short time, if you don't pull this character, will guarantee that you get this one. Majority of the time, especially with the new update, they've increased the legendary pulls to 1.5% instead of 5%, so everybody's just pulling legends left and right. I pulled Shu again as soon as I got this, so yeah, really helps out there. And then of course you've also got pickup draw. Now this is basically the same thing as custom draw, except for you don't get to choose what player you get, and it's also similar to normal draw because it's kind of similar with the 5-star players. But the only thing that's different with this is they'll have a character here that is like significantly gonna go up. I remember back then there was like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 characters that went up back then, like the appearance rate of them. But now they've only put it down to 1, and it looks like it's gonna be legendary players mostly that they're going to be doing. Like new star here, Eleanor, she's the new one that everybody's been pulling recently. But as you can see, it increases the chances of attaining a pickup player significantly. And you know, the character that's showing here is going to be the one that is going to be able to get picked up a lot more. Now, will they return it back to how they had it before, where there's 5 players? Who knows? We will see. Because I remember back in the day, they used to have it to where there's 5 players, where you'd have 2 legendary players from 2 different attributes, and then you'd have a couple of 5 stars that you're guaranteed to pull or getting a higher chance to pull. But as far as the draw constitution is done, they've pretty much taken out all the other stuff. Like, they've took out the leech rays, they've taken out pretty much all the stuff that we are used to, and they've replaced it with what they call, and I'm about to show you this right now. Go to their players here, which, I mean, the UI for this even, the UI for this, like, look, this looks amazing. Like, it just looks crazy. But what do you call it? The way you would usually, you know, use leech rays and stuff like that, instead, you would go to the super boost, which actually this isn't a good example because she's already fully super boosted or superb. Man, I'm going to call this super boost now. Jeez. Alright, let's just go ahead and look at Noah, for instance. Alright, so super boost. So in order to do that, you have to have spirals, and spirals are when you are able to, you know, pull another copy, I'm assuming. Like, other people can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong or not. Like, we're all new to this new system here. But what they basically did is they took out the ability where you'd have to 160 a character. At least I think they did. And instead they added the super boost system, where their stats will go up every time you super boost them. So I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm assuming that whenever you like pull a player and you pull a copy of them, that's how you get a spiral. And then they're also going to give you prism spirals, which, if I'm correct, I'm going to see what. Come on, I can't do it because I don't think I have any of these yet. But I'm assuming this will also help with Super Boost, so you can use these two methods to do that. And then on top of that, you've also got the ability, of course, to level up your players. Now, the thing about the level up that I like so far is that you normally, when you level up a player to level 50, you have to super train them. Then when you super train them, what would happen is their level will go down, but their rank would go up. So let's say, for instance, Noah's a level... Noah's a 5-star right now, right? So she can only go up to level 50. When I would level her up back then, and you know she become a 6-star, which makes your level go to 60, it would normally let your level. It would normally make your level go all the way back down to level 1, and you'd have to retrain them again, and then do the same thing over again. And the new update that they've done for this game, they have made it to where when you level up a player and special train them, the level stays the same. So let's say I was to level up Noah right now to level 50 and Super Trainer. She would be a 6-star, but her level would not go down. So she would be at level 50, but she'd be a 6-star, which means that I wouldn't have to use as many materials to get her to level 60 as I would before, which is a great update. They also show, of course, the ability info, the skills. You know, Spirit Stone layout looks freaking, you know, you got the custom seed, or I forgot what they called it back then. But it's basically the thing you would do to, you know, increase your stats. And they also have cooperation technique. I still haven't figured this out yet. And as far as the cooperation technique is concerned, it looks like they've locked it until you... well, actually, I don't know how to unlock this yet. I've had... Like, it's unlocked for certain players. Like, for instance, Char. Hold up. Gosh dang it. What am I doing here? I also like how they organized this a little bit. So they got rare, super rare, all that stuff. And they also, you know, got it by attribute and role. So that's also really good. So they got striker, assist, attacker, all that. But where are you? I need you to be Ardor. I need you to be... Okay, yeah. So where's Char? Alright, so let's go back and put her there. So, what do you call it? So when you're looking at her, and you have the cooperation technique, this is something new they've added, so even I don't know how this works completely yet. But, what do you call it? When you go into cooperation technique, apparently you can select a cooperation player, you know, one that, you know, for instance, in Char's case, you know, increase the damage that she would do. You can have a player, and as long as that player is there, then you're able to use the cooperation technique. Me personally, I kind of don't like this because, you know, back then this ability used to be in her. Well, actually, no, this ability didn't come in her skills. So never mind. This isn't anything new. Right, if I'm correct, her skill. Okay, so yeah, her skill is still the same. I got that mixed up. But this is something new. I don't know how to remove this player and switch it to somebody that I have on my team yet. But you can basically, you know, spiral, same thing as leveling up your player when it comes to the, what do you call it, super boost, I think, if I could even select it. As long as you get copies of Char or you get the prism spirals, which I think they have ways to do that, then you're able to power them up. They also got this, I forgot the name of it. Hold on a minute. Jeez, there's a lot of new stuff in this game, guys. I'm still getting used to this, but crap. I'll be right back, hold on a minute. Alright, we're back. I finally figured out what I was talking about here. So, Cosmospheres, I'm glad they added this feature here to be able to tell you where you can look for this. And if you want to look for your storage, all you gotta do is hit this square up here, and it's gonna be your storage, and it's gonna show what you have. But yeah, the Cosmospheres that you show are used to build the final technique of legend players and cooperation technique of SR players, aka 5-star players or 6-star. Woof. And then, of course, you got the custom star, which we all know that's for the seeds. And then, of course, you got the prism spirals, which can replace spirals of SR players, SR managers, or SRB. Basically, 5 stars, 6 stars, and I think 4 stars, maybe? Unless this is talking about, like, 7-star 5 players, I don't know. And can be used with spirals, they can be used to build them. And then of course you got the Prism Spiral Legends, which can replace the spirals of legendary players and legendary managers when building them, which can be used with spirals. And of course they got the special training tokens, which in my opinion they should have kept the Maras, but they pretty much got rid of that whole system in general. So this is what you're going to use to special train your players. This is what you're going to be using for XP, and then you're going to be also using these for XP. So they got, you know, XP Drink Low, Intimate, Advanced, and Super. And they're going to be giving you that stuff during the story mode. Now moving over to the, what do you call it? Moving over to the, what do you call it? Crap. Expedition, frick. So they kind of changed this up a little bit. For the time being, Club Match is kind of down and Galaxy Live is kind of down because they're still fixing that. But Galaxy League is still there. Coliseum of Spirit is still here. And they've also added a Shroud of Star, which I like myself. It's definitely a lot better than the other matches they had. So they have the debut match. So they have the match for basically the new players. So you get to kind of test her out with a team that they make themselves. So we're going to go ahead and just show that right here. So as you can see, you're not going to be using your team. You're going to be using a team they make themselves. And then you get to go ahead and test out the striker or player that they're going to be debuting. So pretty really nice function. I've already done one match myself, but I'm just going to show you guys for the hell of it so you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and start. I also like this load screen here that they have the players with. It looks really nice. Alright, so here's some gameplay for you guys, so go ahead and get straight into this. I really like the gameplay too. It looks really nice. Yeah, like the counter attack, that looks pretty clean. So we're gonna pass here. And I like how when you pass and everything like that, it tells you the buffs and stuff that you get from that character when you do that. So that's pretty nice. So we're gonna go ahead and use our skill. Which this part, that's amazing animation right there. That looks crazy good. And it looks like they got a final technique, which, you know, will increase the stat, you know, which is really, really nice. So in this case, it'll be crit rate for that character. And each legendary player has their own final technique, and it's different from everybody else. And the final technique is different from, of course, the 5-star players, because they, of course, would have something else, which I think I was talking about earlier. I'll probably have to figure out what I was talking about. But, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and pass again. So, yeah. As you can see, this legendary player, of course, also has a final technique, which is really nice. Basically their own ability, so she gets crit rate. And it recharges, apparently looks like every 15 minutes or so, so it's not overpowered or anything. At least so far. We don't know what they're going to do with it yet, but that's what it looks like so far. But anyway, let's go ahead and use the skill and see what this looks like. You know, best part about this is it also tells you what you're going to be doing here, so it got a whole overlay for this. And also tells you what players are knocked out, which ones aren't, and all that stuff, which is really nice. Yeah, so Heartbreak is the skill. No, we didn't knock him out, but alright, so we got three wishes coming from the goalkeeper, so crit resist and incoming damage defense, so nice. Alright, so risk of elimination. Boom. Got that counter attack. I love that animation for the steel, it looks nice. Can't keep it passing. There's Gary and his annoying skill, bro. Shield. So he's gonna be taking all the damage here. Jeez! This striker's strong as heck, bro. But yeah, as you guys can see clearly, you get to pretty much test out the character. And you kind of get to figure out what the character's like now more than ever, because I remember when they used to have it like this, you'd be using your own team. So you could pretty much one-shot whatever boss you were going against, depending on whatever it was. And then you wouldn't really get to test out the character that much. But with this, I kind of like it better because you're able to test out the character, you're able to play with other characters as well, and it's really, really nice. So anyway, we're going to keep this going. This next shot should finish it. Dang, her skill recharges. Oh yeah, another thing, she's a utility striker, so I'm definitely going to want to get her so I can test her out for you guys. So stay tuned for that, because I'm definitely going to make sure I get her. And this match looks like it's going to be going for a little while, so we're going to be right back. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Alright, so we're back. We finally knocked out Darius, so hopefully this will be the shot that takes the win here. He's wide open, so this should do it. Yep. And I just love the animation it gives when you win, too. It looks pretty nice. And this is like my first time doing this, so they also give you a reward for doing it, so... Alright, so yeah, it looks like we got... Yeah, it looks like we got some stuff here. These questions are hilarious, but we're just gonna go ahead and skip this. This is kind of like a fun little thing you can do if you want to read this, but we're gonna skip it. But yeah, that's pretty much how you are able to test out the new legendary players, and I think they have a function where you can also do the same with the new 5-star players, so they do add those. Yeah, so there's that. If I'm correct, you do get something for doing it, so yeah, here it is. So every time you're able to do something here, then you're able to, you know, get something out of it, and boom. And I like this function because this really helps out newer players and able to get them stuff that they're going to need for their new playing style. Me personally, I like the old buff that they gave us, where every time you level up, they give you something because it was pretty nice. But then again, to make the new system, they had to get rid of the Beelzebubs and all that, so this had to be kind of a little bit different. That's just me though, but other than that, moving on, they've also got Spiral Match. Now this is pretty interesting because it kind of works in a way of like how the swirlies would work. So it goes by, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday I think is Ardor, Tuesday would be Thunder, Wednesday would be Whirlwind, Thursday, which is today, would be Light, and I'm assuming Friday you'd be able to get all of them. And how this basically would work is you would start the game, and this is how you're going to get your spirals. So this only works if you have that character, which makes sense because you're not going to need spirals for characters that you don't have. But every time you're able to knock out one of these characters, you're able to get a spiral for them. And I forgot how many times you're allowed to do this. It looks like 5 times. So who knows how many times a day you're going to be able to do this. But every time you do, you're able to get a spiral. And this is how you're going to be able to level up, of course, your skills on your players that you're going to be using. So here's a match here. We're just gonna go ahead and select Shield. My whole team's Ardor. So yeah, so this is basically like gonna be how what do you call it? You use your cooperation technique or power it up, more or less. So every time you're able to knock out one of these, you're able to, you know, of course, be able to, you know, power up your cooperation technique. I still need to figure out how to change this, so I'll probably have to come back to you guys on that, because if I'm being honest, I don't want to use him. I want to be able to use Yonghe, because he's going to be in my front line, but we'll come to that when we do. But other than that, let's go ahead and start the match. Alright, so let's go ahead and do it. Knockout. We're gonna pass the ball to our boy Yonghe. Activate the active, which is gonna look sick. I love how you're able to activate the active and it shows all of this. It's just really nice. that pass there. And we're just gonna go ahead and use our active. I just love that though, but look at that. Holy crap, man. We just annihilated them. But every time you beat one of these, you're able to get, of course, a spiral, which is going to be able to help you, of course, upgrade your cooperation technique, which they did show a demo of during the, what do you call it? It was like a month ago. They showed a demo of how this would work, and I think the cooperation technique can work in different ways to complete it, depending on what player it is and all that stuff. But other than that, that's pretty much a kind of a demonstration of a match for that. But anyway, moving on. Alright, so moving on, basically, they've also reset the story. But the thing about the story is, even though it's pretty much the same at this point, until they add the different story, they give you rewards for every time you beat the story mode. So, for instance, what do you call it? I think it shows it in the achievements here. Yeah, so the achievements look like they pretty much stayed the same here. But what do you call it? In the achievements, every time you're able to knock out a part of the story mode, they're gonna be able to put it in the consecutive and give you stuff. But also, and I think this is also for newer players too, as well as old players. But when you go down here, every time you complete one of these, it's like the old system where they have a 3-star thing. You know, they have 1 star, so you gotta complete the game in 12 minutes. You know, beat the score of the current match of 44,000 or higher, and then they also got the finishing skill, so win 10 times by using your shooting skill. Now, I don't know if they want you to win 10 times by using your finishing skill, like, on one match. If they do, that's kind of insane, but if they talk about all the matches, then whatever, it's fine. But another thing they have here is, what do you call it? Oh, crap. Alright, sorry about that. I accidentally closed out everything. But what I was trying to show you guys is, what do you call it? For the story mode, they've also added in where crap. Dang it, where I find it? Jeez. Like this UI is amazing, but it's confusing. I was just looking at it earlier today. I think it's right here. Yeah, the more quests. So it will show you what you get from the story. So, you know, for chapter 1, you know, this is what they're going to give you no matter what. So all you got to do is complete missions, and it's just really, really cool that they've added this. And it looks like you're going to get a 5-star player, managers, and money and resources no matter what. As long as you just beat the level. And it looks like there's going to be 14 chapters. This is also going to be able to retell the story. Now, of course, most people don't really care about the story that much. I kind of do, because, you know, if they make an anime for this, I want to be, you know, the guy who knows all the stuff. But they give you so much stuff for this, and it's crazy the amount of things that they've done now. Other than that, there's not too much new stuff, other than the fact that they've taken out the gatekeepers as material. So you don't have gatekeepers, we don't have swirlies, we don't have the evolution swirlies. You know, we don't have none of that. All that is gone for in place of course, you know, of course, XP would be your... Why did I even click that? I can just go here and show you guys what I'm talking about. Storage. So basically, you know, you got your draw tickets, prison stones, yada yada yada. But for your upgrades, they pretty much took out the gatekeepers, the swirlies, and all that stuff. So you got, of course, special training tokens, which are going to be your special training material. So you don't have to go ahead and get a bunch of players and then put all of them in and use them. They'll just give you tokens instead. This is what you're going to be using for XP, which is the XP drinks. They got different levels for that. And then you got the prison spirals, which are going to be used for, of course, you know, building up your 5-star players and your 7-star players when using their ultimate moves or whatever like that. And then, of course, you know, same thing with this. It's just for legendary players, though. And then, of course, you got the Cosmos Spears, which could be, you know, to build the final technique and cooperation technique of SR players. So, not that there. And then, of course, you got the tactic book for, of course, the managers, which I'm still even trying to get used to. But other than that, everything else is pretty much about the same as far as I can tell. The UI, I'm still getting a little bit used to. It looks beautiful and everything like that, which I do like. And another thing they're doing is, I think, before the end of this year, they're going to be taking out the dimension stones. So by 2021, when this game is gone, they're basically going to be just taking out Dimension Stones. And in fact, I think they've already done it. I think at this point, they've already taken out Dimension Stones, so there's no way they're giving them out. So if you really want to, then if you want, you can go ahead and go to the shop. You can go to the shop around here, and this is what I did, which is why I have all of these crystals plus the ones I've been having. You can go to the, I think it's the crystal purchase shop, or it's a general purpose shop. I forgot which one. No, not here. Crap. I'm pretty sure it's the general shop where I did this. Come on, where is it? I'm telling you, man, it's gonna take a little bit to get used to this crap, man. It's gonna take a little bit, because I can't even find what I'm trying to do here right now. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this for you guys so that I can actually try and figure out what the hell I'm talking about here. Sorry about this. Okay, so I don't know where it went, but there used to be something around this area where it was talking about the Dimension Stones and that you could trade them in for crystals because they're going to be getting rid of them. So unless, in my opinion, unless you have 900 crystals to be able to buy a legendary player, just use all your crystals, use all your Dimension Stones to get crystals, because you're never going to be seeing those again after this year. I don't think they're going to be giving them out either, thanks a lot to the new system. And in my opinion, I think it's better because crystals are easy to farm in this game, and it kind of makes the game even more free to play than it was back then. Because back then, even then, though it was free to play, you had Dimension Stones to give people a little bit of an edge that if they could spend money on the game, or if they were able to get high up in the ranks because they've been playing the game longer than the newer players, that they'd be able to easily get all the legends in this game, no problem, be able to stay on top. Now in this game, it's a little bit different, so now everybody can be able to get the legends because the rate is up, and on top of that, the legendary players are able to be able, of course, be bought by crystals, which are basically one of the easiest things to farm in this game. You know, have Galaxy League, you have Coliseum of Despair, you have, basically the story mode now. Apparently they're going to be giving out crystals, and of course they're also going to be giving out premium tickets, so that's also nice. But the premium tickets, I think they're only going to be used in the normal mode of the draw, if I'm correct here. Yeah, so the normal draw is the only place you're going to be using the tickets. Crystals are going to be used in the pickup and custom draw. But it's still good because normal draw will still get you, legends, 5-star players, and all that stuff. And the best part is, as of right now, they're going to be giving free 11+1 draws to everybody for the next, I think, 13 days. So make sure you log in every day and get your free draws, because who knows, you might be getting a legend. So without further ado, that's pretty much going to be it. And to end this off on a good note, let's go ahead and do our first free draw here and see what we get. I'm hoping we get something, because we got Shu when I first started this. So let's go ahead and see what we get here. Okay, so no legendary this time, unfortunately, but let's see what we get. I'm still kind of confused on the colors, but I'm pretty sure the yellows are all 4 stars, the whites are 2 or 3 stars. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's looking like the whites are going to be the 2 and 3 stars, and the yellows are going to be 3 or 4 stars. And of course, like you see here, if I already have the player, then they're going to give me, stamps of them. So, not bad there. But, in fact, actually, let's go ahead and just go through all of them right now. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to be able to use these premium tickets on anything else. So, let's go ahead and do it. Gonna end this off with some draws. And this is also a system, and the reason I like it is because now you don't have to worry about selling your players and stuff anymore, because if you get copies, they're just going to give you pretty much tickets of them instead that you can use to power them up, which is way better, and way better for the fact that I don't gotta go through all my players and sell them, because they're just gonna give me, tickets instead that I can use to power up them if I ever do decide to use them. So it's not bad. See, they're just gonna make them as little tokens here, so I don't have to sell them. I can use them for whatever I need to. No 5 stars yet though. We're gonna probably do 2 more of these before we end it off. Ooh, I just saw something I don't know what the red is, but I know the purple is a legendary, so I know that's not a legendary. We got Uran too. I'm planning on making her a 7-star. I have her a 6-star, but I'm planning on making her a 7-star. Yeah, and I already have her too, so yeah. Alright, let's do, yeah. Okay, we're gonna do one more after this before we end it off. We did get, what do you call it, Elaine, but we already have her, so she's probably gonna become something from material. Yeah. We also got Younghi too. Alright, so let's do one more and see what we can get before we end it off. I want to save some draws from some other videos, because I'm definitely gonna be uploading now with this new update, but let's see what we get from this last one. Nothing there, but it's all good. Wasn't really planning on getting anything though. I did get, I'm telling you, I don't know how I did it. Somehow I got Shu as soon as the update dropped, and then as soon as I was able to, you know, draw, I got him immediately. Some people are of course getting 5 or 6, some people are getting none. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for the update. If there is any more news from this game, I will tell you guys. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the update. Hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys are watching this video and are new to this game or new to this channel, you know, subscribe if you want more. Definitely play Soccer Spirits, especially if you're a newcomer, because they have a lot of rewards for you guys that are definitely a lot better in my opinion, and the system is a little bit more better as well. As far as the game goes, it's a lot more free to play as it was back then, but just more free to play now than it ever was. So if you are interested in gacha games, well, not even gacha games at this point. This game's like not even that big of a gacha game because they're just giving the stuff for free at this point. But if you just enjoy like soccer and anime or something like that, or collecting stuff, this is a pretty good game. It has like a mix, and it has a really good, you know, style of gameplay that is really nice. And the game pretty much kind of teaches you how to do it, so you're not going to be going in without any knowledge. But without further ado, this is going to be the Evolutionary EV signing off, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace, and hope you all have a good one.